Fast forward, my man will say a more cover Ǎnɖr channel your social swamps I'll say a pop creation television. Podcast stories are training me Chris big headlines near Ǎnɖr na yɛde Akroma ewa. Need me on bracket mu say ene e kan ya message so betimi subscribe to the channel. Hit on notification bell, share and my friends will answer into me. Can be any ma a yana will leave a comment under the comment section. And make sure when you catch why in sa. Young writing sim.
Are you saying on record that Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is not supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia anymore should he decide to contest the Flagbearer in 2028?
Yes, I am.
You know that for sure?
Yes, I do.
How did you get to know this?
I can't tell you that, but if it is not correct, whoever is in the know can correct me, and as events unfold, we'll see whether what I have just told you is true or not.
I see. And how you got to know? Who told you? Did the person give reasons why Nana Addo has changed his mind in supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia?
Out of respect to the former president, I will let him lay out his reasoning himself when he's ready.
But you still stand by that position that it is based on what you know. Nana Akufo-Addo is not supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia if he should contest as flag bearer ahead of the 2028 elections.
That is correct.
I see. But then also, going forward, should the party continue with this tour or pull the brakes, as some have suggested?
I will pull the brakes for a number of reasons, and I want to make it clear that I'm not saying that all these things that are happening are necessarily the fault of Dr. Bawumia. Sometimes bad things happen in spite of your best efforts. I think his idea that he wanted to invite his former adversaries to join him on a thank you tour is a noble idea, but it of course underlines one of the inconsistencies in the party. Once an election is over, the party reverts to the leadership of the national chairman. So if something like this is being done, it should be done under the aegis of the national chairman. So when Dr. Bawumia's spokesperson said, oh, he was generous enough to invite his former competitors, he in effect is acknowledging that the former vice president is planning and executing the thank you tour instead of the party.
And so with the national chairman taking a break, it should, from your view, effectively give an opportunity for the party to also consider these divergent views about the thank you tour and recalibrate?
They should, and I take them at their word, both Dr. Bawumia and the party leadership, that this was supposed to foster unity and goodwill, and it sounds like that is not happening. And if there is exchange of blows and even a stabbing, it really doesn't portend well for a primary. That will be more heated, and it just suggests that maybe we have more work to do behind the scenes before we start taking things public. But more to the point, I want to very respectfully urge my party members not to forget about Ghana while we lick our wounds. A lot of consequential things are happening, and I urge us to re-engage on Galamsey, to re-engage on accountability, to re-engage even on the constitutional reform process that will bear on how the Chief Justice is being removed and how the President is trying to pack the Supreme Court. If we do not take care and we forget too much about Ghana, there might not be a Ghana to lead by the time we are ready to re-engage.
I see. But the likes of Kenneth Japan have called for at least some act of goodwill on the part of the party to bring in some persons who have left the party. You mentioned Paul Afoko, for instance, and all he's been through. And then also, he even mentions Alan Chamanting and others who have left the party. Is it a call or an appeal that you support? And do you see the leadership of the party taking this up for consideration?
Yeah, I fully support that. I actually want to go a step further. There are some of them who don't need amnesties. When you say amnesty, it presupposes that the person did something wrong. I think we owe Afoko and Kwamna Japan an apology for the way we viciously and undemocratically took away the mandate they had won fair and square. So we need to do more than just give them amnesties as if they did something wrong. If we are principled and open-minded and generous, we should acknowledge that we did them some wrong. And not only that, I always support reconciliation and bringing people into the party, because we know that we cannot win 2028 even without some NDC help. We need NDC members, and 25% of those who voted for John Mahama were MPP people who went into the ballot box according to exit polling and voted for John Mahama. So reconciliation and reaching out and broadening our base should always be a top priority of the party.
And the next part of my question is whether you think the current crop of leadership would consider this particular appeal that you support, and even mentioning other names apart from what Kenny Japan mentioned, other names who could be reached out to that really to appeal to them to come back. Do you see the leadership doing that?
It is possible for them to do that, and if they don't do that, it will be unwise and not in the interest of the party.
Why do you hold the view that the party should apologize to Paul Afoko and Kwabena Japan?
Because we removed them on trumped-up charges. Everybody knows that people decided that they might be sympathetic to Ǎnǧr and decided that because of that they will remove them. I believe, and I stated it then, I am not one of those people who only looks at the political wins and state my opinion. I thought that both the mandates of Afoko and Kwabena Japan on one hand and the mandate of Nana Akufo-Addo were legitimate mandates, and that as Democrats we should respect both mandates. It is unfortunate that we didn't respect the mandate of Afoko and Kwabena Japan. And I think that if we are the mature, generous, principled party that we hold to be, the best thing to do is to apologize to them and acknowledge that we did them wrong.
Dr. Arthur Kennedy, I do appreciate your time on this show tonight, and I know that as the days go by, we'll be engaging some more. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Dr. Arthur Kennedy is a member of the New Patriotic Party, one-time flag-bearer hopeful. He's a medical practitioner. He's a member of the NPP. This is Ghana Tonight. Coming up next, the future of the Electricity Company of Ghana is up for scrutiny and discussion tonight as President John Dramani Mahama clarifies ECG will not be privatized, but he's mulling some options. We'll tell you exactly what they are, because earlier today, during his address to commemorate this day, the May Day, President John Dramani Mahama pledged that ECG will not be privatized, but he went ahead to give some more detail of the current state of affairs with the ECG and what other options.
Nti we ensem ahodo etimi call so channel yi so high population television. Ya mishraw on trewashim so yemre ewo ha. Omari so bitimi subscribe, share, hit on notification bell na emma ebusuakuo no emu enye kese. Ya mishraw se obeka busuakuo no. That's an so bad here don't be edomania. Insensiame na yensum or kwan so kra. Ha a population television. That's why Ǎnჯr.